Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when you're living the dream. Were we good, Producer Tim?
Subscribe or give me your face.
So yeah, this is kind of weird. Wow, the audio spikes just were amazing. I'm gonna review the Lego Movie. It was a movie that came out this year, and I was really excited to watch it, and not like too terribly excited to see it on day one. I couldn't do that. I got to watch it the next chance I got, and wow, that was a really good movie. It was a really it was very different too, because a lot of people, whenever they heard the Lego Movie, we were all expecting, like, you know, how the Transformers movies, they're more along the lines of just, you know, toy commercials. I mean, that's really all a Transformers movie is. What other product placement kind of movie? Well, pretty much all Hasbro movies, really. But it was just a very, very weird thing to experience a movie that looks like it's a product placement, but it wasn't. And not the weird like a bad weird. I mean, like, it was a refreshing weird. This movie had a good story. And the story is this. There is a Lego minifigure named Emmett. He's just an ordinary guy. And unfortunately, he's too ordinary and regular and not special. Well, he comes across a piece called the Piece of Resistance, and apparently this will stop the Kraggle, a device found by Lord Business, actually President Business, who plans on destroying the whole Lego world in 2 days, known as Taco Tuesday. And on the way on there, he finds many friends: Wildstyle, Vitruvius, and Batman. Yeah, it's kind of weird expecting that kind of a big of a name in this movie, but let me tell you, there's a lot of big names in this movie. Like, what did I really like? I really love the cast. Let me just get it out of the way. I love this cast, and I think this is probably like the best cast for any kind of animated movie. I mean, despite, you know, not having like a lot of memorable people I like to see, but, you know, Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, Will Arnett, Morgan Freeman, Liam Neeson, Nick Offerman, and Charlie Day, and a few others. And then there was not really cameo, well, probably by default cameos: Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, Shaquille O'Neal. Oh yeah, Will Ferrell is one of those big people in the movie. I don't know why I forgot that. He's like one of the bigger characters. And I really loved all the cast. Even freaking Billy D. Williams, Anthony Daniels were in this movie. And I wish Harrison Ford was in this, but he wasn't. The reason I say that is that there's actually a Star Wars cameo in this movie, and I thought that was really cool because it caught me off guard. This is a movie produced by Warner Brothers, and of course recently Star Wars, in its all things, were bought out by Disney. Something I don't have a problem with. I mean, I love Disney. I'm a Disney guy. But I didn't expect ever any Marvel or Disney things to show up. Marvel, Star Wars, anything in this movie. I expected pretty much what their big licenses are, which is Batman. I mean, for God's sakes, there's 3 Batman Lego games and so many other things. And then, you know, whenever the Lego Marvel game came out, we were all surprised because we were like, Warner Brothers owns DC. They wouldn't do that. Well, they did, and they made the game really spectacular. But we're not talking about the game. We're talking about the Lego Movie. And okay, I'm rambling on about stuff. I really love this plot. It's a really good plot, and it has a good message at the end of the movie that I thought was really, really what movies need to have. Hold up. This movie had a really good plot. Sorry, I'm backtracking because it sounds like people are coming. Anyway, so yeah, it was a refreshing thing to see. Unlike, most movies are just like, I'm the good guy, bam, 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 I save the day. Well, technically this movie could be that, but along all the lines, you see that Emmett is just a normal guy, and how he is perceived to be this very special guy. Like, the special is what he's called. And out of nowhere, he becomes the special. And it's kind of one of those movies like, like how Star Wars was. Like, Luke was just, a young Jedi kid, and then all of a sudden he was trained and become a Jedi Master. So, stuff like that. It's kind of like watching a movie like Rocky, watching, how Rocky did all that training and all that. But there's no training in the Lego movie. It's just pretty much just one moment. Emmett's normal guy, and then all of a sudden he gets a revelation and becomes the special. So, stuff like that. This movie, yeah. What's some other things? My favorite, I'm just saying, my favorite stuff from this movie was like the cast. That is my number one favorite thing about this whole movie, is just Will Arnett as Batman. And also Nick Offerman as a giant metal robot pirate. And I literally one day just started just doing nothing but quoting him. Ye be! Yeah, I don't want to do it. Charlie Day, I think he's just a funny guy always. Like, no matter what I watch him in. Like, I watched him in Monsters University and Pacific Rim. He's just funny in those movies. I love Charlie Day. Alison Brie as Unikitty. I've never heard what she's done before, but I liked her in this. But my favorite probably was, like, the one character that got me really hyped up for this movie, it was freaking Liam Neeson as a good cop, bad cop. And literally, that is probably, if you were a Lego fan, this joke was really well written. It's the joke on about how Legos can have double faces. And just one side is a bad cop and the other side is a good cop. And I thought, okay, that is probably like one of the best jokes ever. Just, holy shit, that's funny. But yeah, this really struck with me because I've always been a Lego person, and whenever I watched this movie, I was expecting a commercial, and I was sitting there, I'm like, whatever. But after that movie, it did its purpose for a commercial for me, because now I want to buy all the sets. Unfortunately, I have only bought 2 of the little minifigures, which is President Business and Taco Tuesday guy. But this movie was really good for what it was. But is there any downfalls I find in this movie? I really can't think of any. I mean, this was probably, the only animated movie I watched all year, but so far to me, the best. But I'm waiting to find out. I'm gonna watch How to Train Your Dragon 2 sometime. I wanna watch The Big Hero 6. It's Marvel and Disney put together. How could it be bad? They've done good with the rest. So far from what I can tell, this is probably one of my favorite animated movies, and probably top 5 in the whole year. But that is a hard thing to say because we've gotten a lot of good movies this year. We've had X-Men, Captain America, Spider-Man, Godzilla, the Lego Movie, and though a lot of hate, I do personally enjoy Transformers. But yeah, the Lego Movie, how would I rate it? I would probably rate it a 9 out of 10. It is that high up, and yeah, there's also a lot of amazing detail in this movie. Just, even on my DVD version of the movie, and watching it on a TV, I can notice all these little details, like this, I literally one time saw thumbprints on some of the Legos, and that was just cool. Just how much detail was put into this movie. In fact, I've learned this, that the movie was both CGI and, it's live action, because there is moments of live action moments in this movie. Moments. But also it was stop motion. And literally this whole time I thought, this couldn't be stop motion. But whoever made the stop motion parts were brilliant. Whew, I've talked enough. So, yeah, tomorrow's the big day about Lego Week. What shows am I going to be announcing? Who knows, except for me and maybe Brian. And some other people. I'm not that good at announcing things. Okay, see you guys. Bye.